Comic Palooza is almost here. It's going down June 20th to the 22nd at the George R. Brown Convention Center. Comic Palooza is a must-do for me every summer. You have comic book fans, movie fans, wrestling fans, anime fans, and so many other fandoms, usually dressed up in their best costumes, all under one roof for Texas's biggest pop culture fest. And once you're inside, there is so much to do, like celebrity panels, interactive experiences, tons of exhibitors, and more. Check it all out and buy your tickets now at comicpalooza.com/CityCastHouston. Smashing those protein goals can be hard, but one way I start my day is with a high-protein breakfast featuring Jones Dairy Farm's chicken sausage. Jones Dairy Farm makes premium crafted meat products such as all-natural breakfast sausage, available in pork, chicken and turkey, and center-cut Canadian bacon. 100% of their products are made in the USA with materials sourced primarily from the Midwest. Jones Dairy Farm products are available at most grocery stores, including Costco, and you can find them in a store near you at jonesdairyfarm.com. Today on CityCast Houston, it's a suburbs showdown. I'm defending my beloved Richmond, Texas against my friends Phil Jacob, who's representing Pearland, and co-owner of HoustonMoms.com, Meagan Clanahan, who's repping Katy. Oh, and producer Carlignon Jones is going to pick which burb is the best. It's Thursday, June 12th. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about.
Thanks, Raheel. So yes, my lease is up at the end of the year, and I'm considering moving. And since Raheel is always here talking about how great the suburbs are, I want to see which suburb is actually the best for me. So first, I want each of you to go around and give me a breakdown of how long you've lived in your respective area and what you love about it. Meagan, go first. Give me your spill on Katy, which is about 30 miles from downtown.
We have been here since 2012, so quite a bit of experience in the Katy area, and we just love it here. We rep the burbs hard.
All right, and Phil, you're representing Pearland, which is 20 miles from downtown. Got a little edge there. Tell me about Pearland.
I've lived in Pearland for almost 20 years. It's a great new development that we moved in back there called Shadow Creek Ranch, just on the west side of Pearland. It's exciting, developing community, and a lot of communities growing around in that area, very close to Houston. So it's a wonderful place to live in Houston.
Perfect. And then Raheel, we all know where you're repping, but go ahead and give me your spill on Richmond, which is about 30 miles from downtown.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm the king of Richmond, Texas. I love it. I love repping Richmond because it has so much space. The roads are great. You've got farms. You've got a big Amazon distribution center. You've got Target. You've got H-E-B. You've got local mom and pop joints. And you've got great schools and great people around. Richmond, Texas is where it's at. We've been here since 2014, and I don't think we're ever moving.
Okay. We're going to get into all of that because Raheel's trying to give a full breakdown. Y'all see he's trying to beat y'all already.
I was going to say, that felt very unfair.
I know.
We had strict instructions.
What? Y'all didn't rep your burb.
Strict instructions.
Now we're going off script. It's time to go. Now we got it. Meagan, you and I got this now.
Jeez.
Let's start with Raheel since he's already trying to dive deep in. Cost of living, that is one of the biggest things that concerns me. I want to make sure that it's actually affordable in the first place for me to move there. So, is it cheaper to live in the suburbs? And which suburb is best for cost of living?
So when it comes to affordability, I think you're going to get a lot of similar prices in all three of these suburbs, right? Like the median cost of a house in Richmond right now is $318,000 for a 3-bedroom house. Katy is about $299,000. Pearland is $337,000. Okay. But here's where you can get some value. In Richmond, Texas right now, you can buy a new house between $240,000 and $268,000. So this is brand spanking new, right off of 59. So you are close to a lot of things. But you have to understand, Richmond is ginormous. There is a lot of Richmond, just like there's a lot of Pearland, there's a lot of Katy. But in Richmond, there are multiple parts where, again, you can get a new house for under $260,000. You can't beat that price. And it's so nice because you have so many different things to look at when you look at affordability, like school districts. School districts are huge. You will be in Fort Bend ISD, which is one of the best school districts out there. And that plays into affordability for me because, one, you don't have to drive far for a good school. Two, you're not thinking about private school either. So that plays in it as well. And I know one day, Carly, you're going to have kids and you're going to be thinking about those kids. Daycare costs a lot less in Richmond, Texas as well. There's a lot of options. Just around me, where I live in Richmond, you've got about 5 daycares and they're all accepting kids right now. That is a big thing. A lot of places don't have that. So that's my little affordability spiel. And I'm interested to hear what Meagan's going to say because she's right down the street from me.
Yeah, clearly Raheel has done his homework. So Meagan, yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, so thank you so much for letting us know the house prices. Perfect. But I would say if Richmond feels like kind of our little brother, little sister. Katy started it all. And if we're talking about schools, I would point you towards Seven Lakes High School, where my kids will be going. And it is one of the top high schools in the entire state. It's huge. It's academically competitive. If you're more on the sports side, of course, we have Katy High School football. And football and Friday nights and Katy just go together perfectly. If we're talking about housing, so many new developments going into the Katy area. We have Jordan Ranch that continues to expand. Cane Island is still building new homes over there. But I would also argue that there's huge value in these older areas of Katy that are super established, that have all these trees. It's a gorgeous drive down Fry Road. And I love it here. I will rep it. I live almost to the Fulshire border. And so we get, kind of the idea of the farmland. We can get out to the farm if we need to. But we also have everything we need in our little bubble. And we also have a lot of preschools too. So. See, you brought out like the sassy side of me.
Katy is just Fulshire now. Come on. You might as well just go to Fulshire.
Oh, please, sir. Have you seen the older side of Katy? I don't think so. Also, we go north of I-10. We go west of I-10. We go southeast.
Yeah.
Katy is Katy. It is huge. There is plenty for everybody.
Raheel is saying that you're basically in the country, which I'm a country girl, so I don't mind it at all. But are there different things in the neighborhoods that I can do, like some, amenities or, fun things to do while I'm in the neighborhood?
Yeah, so Katy has a ton of great neighborhoods. Cinco Ranch is probably, we basically are our own city in and of itself. We have 11 or 12 different community pools, all sorts of tennis courts. There are jogging trails. There are lakes. We call them lakes. They're really retention ponds so that we don't flood. But still, they make for a gorgeous bike ride in the afternoon. And so all of those amenities, I think, play into your quality of life here in Katy. And truly, anything that I need is within a 2 square mile radius of me. I have my dry cleaners, my Subway, my nail person, my Time Wise to get my Diet Coke, my Chick-fil-A. Everything I need is right there.
All right, Phil, you got a lot to try to compete with here. Right now, it sounds like Pearland might be the most expensive place from what Raheel was saying earlier at $337K for a house. So how can you convince me to move to Pearland?
Think about this. Anything can be affordable if you want to move really, really far away from Houston. But if you want to have great proximity to the things that people really want to do, Pearland is the city to be at. You've got a really well-developing city, Shadow Creek Ranch, and just the suburbs beside it, Pomona, and there's multiple communities. Shadow Creek itself has over 22 miles of walking trails, parks, lakes, so many lakeside properties around the Pearland area. It just brings that heavy set of attraction into Pearland itself. The school district is phenomenal. They were able to adopt the Alvin ISD. My kids went to Shadow Creek Ranch, which is a great school, both academically and athletically. I think it was in 2020 that they beat the Denton in the state championships. The focus on both athletics and academics really set Pearland apart from most districts around the greater Houston area. The homes too, the diversity with the amount of homes coming up in this area gives so much more affordable options in an area that is right there by 288 and the Beltway. So you have the ability to be part of multiple cities, but not have to worry about the cost of being in those greater areas or being too far away from the places that you want to really have access to, especially the most important things, which is being there for schools, housing, and shopping centers, which is right there in that Pearland area.
Okay, y'all. So right now it's kind of tough because y'all have all talked about really great school districts. All the neighborhoods sound beautiful with the ponds and the pools. But let's get into something that's, gonna make some changes here. What's going on with the drive time? When I think of suburbs, I'm thinking of traffic, 30-minute commutes to get to anything that I actually care to go to. But let's be real. Like, is it gonna take me forever to get back into Houston if I want to do something?
I'll jump on for Katy first. So we just, obviously, it is a hike into town. I think, though, with COVID, post COVID times, that there's more flexible working hours. If you leave appropriately, you can be in the energy corridor in 25 minutes. My husband
Okay.
drives in most days of the week, but he leaves either really early or he leaves a little bit later. So if you manage your time well, you can still get there. We have a new flyover, very exciting, that attaches from 1093 to 99. So we can be on 10 in 10 minutes. And that was something that we
Mm.
haven't had before. So that's been a huge game changer for us. There's all sorts of back roads and scenic routes also. So I would say that you
Yeah.
can find a good podcast and it's worth kind of the peace. I know my husband appreciates when he's driving home. It kind of allows him to unwind from the day. And
Mhm.
so that way he's listening to his podcasts and music that I don't want to listen to, and he gets home and he's in a good mood. So it's not perfect, but we're getting better. 99 is getting much better. So there we are.
Ooh, 99's working on herself, but
Stop.
99 has been working on herself for so long. It's
She has
impossible.
been.
Like, if you like sitting in traffic, then yeah, 99's for you.
No, no, no. I don't think that you've driven it recently then
I
because
drove it. I drove it this week. I'm
no,
telling you, it's
it
so
is
bad.
it is getting so much better. Like from where it used to be, we are making progress, my friend, because
Yeah.
I have to hit appointments off of 10. I am flying on parts of it. Like I'm going the speed limit, which is a new revelation
Mhm.
but that's Houston driving, man, because people see like anything that goes up a little bit, they're like, oh, I need to put on the brakes. And it's like, you really don't. You can
No,
actually
no, go
just keep
fast.
driving.
So, Carly, let's be real though, okay? Do we really want to adjust our entire lifestyle because of traffic when you can be in an area that is right there off of 288, right into downtown, just 20 minutes? Because, if you have to adjust the lifestyle in order to accommodate traffic, and back roads are not the way that you need to be able to have to afford your life to be able to be in a part of a city. 288 opened up a toll road that takes you straight into downtown and the Med Center, giving you
Yeah.
that options all the way down south.
Nothing like paying $15 to drive 5 miles. Yeah, I love it, Phil. Yeah, it's so
It's
expensive.
an expense that you can write off. But, truth said, on those off hours, for us to get downtown, it's less than 20 minutes. We would literally just hit your 288, and the Beltway is right there. Being able to get access to Asian Town and Bel Air and 59 area, being able to go downtown, being able to jump on 59. Hobby Airport takes me no greater than 15 minutes from the Beltway when you're coming
Mm.
into the Pearland area. You have just so much access to every single freeway without having to deal with I-10 or 45 or 99. Because when I hear those numbers, I think to myself, let me plan a vacation because I'm going to be on the road sitting there for a while.
This sounds great, but if Carly's going to be buying a new house, I looked it up, like the new developments in Pearland, you are 10 or 12 minutes away from any of these freeways. So add 10 or 12 minutes on, because in Richmond, Texas, you're only 5 to 6 minutes away from major highways like your beloved 99, Meagan, which this is the best part about Richmond, okay? You are 10 to 12 minutes away from so many other great places, and you don't have to pay their prices. Like, you don't have to pay Sugarland prices to go enjoy Sugarland. You don't have to pay Cinco Ranch prices to go enjoy Cinco Ranch when you live in Richmond, Texas. You are 10 minutes away from all the great things. And right here in Richmond, you've got all your big shopping, right? You've got your HEB, you've got your Target, you've got all of your big things that you need, but you also have international foods. You've got national foods. Like, hey, why not have a Chicago chain right next door? Sure, we got you. Portillo's. Hey, do you want to go to In-N-Out? We got you covered. Just 10 minutes away. You want to go to P. Terry's from Austin? We got you covered. Everything is right here. Accessibility is big. I'm not going to make the downtown argument. I'm going to lose this one. It's going to take a long time to get to downtown. All right. There's just no beating it. You're in the suburbs. But when you are home in Richmond, everything is nearby and other cities as well. So that's my argument for accessibility.
I love how you claim my P. Terry's. P. Terry's is
That is in Katy.
5 minutes from me.
So Meagan, that P. Terry's, it might be in your backyard, but it is officially in Richmond, Texas. So that is actually mine. So you are using my P. Terry's because the address is in Richmond, Texas.
There's a little bit of crossover with Richmond, and it's a little annoying. Anytime I have to cross the 1093, I guess I'm in Richmond. But
yep, that's right. Welcome to my side.
It's technically Katy.
Do you feel that? It's the crystal clear waters of the Frio River flowing across your feet as the sun warms your back and the smell of wild sage breezes through from the hills of Garner State Park. That right there is the perfect Central Texas moment in Uvalde County. It's time to head west for a summer escape. Whether you're hiking under a painted Texas sky, floating around quiet river bends, or just breathing deep as you soak in the peace of the Texas Hill Country, this is a place to slow down, to play longer, and to laugh louder. Generations of Texans have found their peaceful escape in Uvalde County, and now it's your turn. Start planning your trip at visituvaldecounty.com. Uvalde County, escape to serenity. Follow the yellow brick road to the George Theater and let the adventure begin, because The Wizard of Oz, the musical, is playing live on stage at the George Theater from July 9th to August 10th. I can already hear myself singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow as I step into the land of Oz with Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion in this beloved classic. Here's the best part. They have sensory-friendly performances, closed caption performances, an all-ages performance on August 9th, and matinee and evening shows, as well as one double feature day where they'll screen the film. How cool is that? Do something special with your kids, friends, loved ones, or make it a solo date and check out The Wizard of Oz, the musical, at the George Theater. Tickets are going fast, so grab yours today at adplayers.org or call the box office at 713-526-2721.
Okay, Houston is one of the most diverse cities in America, as we all know. But where do the suburbs stand when it comes to diversity? Because that's something that's also very important to me.
I can say, from a diversity standpoint, by the way, you and I can both rep this. We live in the most diverse county in the state of Texas, being Fort Bend County. And so I have to plug that too, that we're both super diverse.
Yeah, that is a huge thing.
Well, and I will tell you, in Pearland, you're not seeing that lack of diversity by any means, especially in this west side. It has brought in so many different cultures, the amount of different foods and stuff from the restaurants, growing numbers of, South American restaurants, Indian restaurants, Asian restaurants, Hispanic restaurants. It's a wide variety from grocery shopping. You've got HEB, you've got Randall's, you've got Kroger, you've even got Aldi, just meeting those whatever demographics or requirements that you need. Two really big shopping plazas and centers. You've got Pearland Town Center with a huge array of, different shoppings and food. And as well, you got Silver Lake.
Pearland Town Center. Let me stop you there, Phil. The best part about Pearland Town Center is when you leave because the traffic sucks trying to get in.
Yeah, but then you're jumping back on I-10 and 99 and trying to spend an hour or two to get home. It doesn't make any sense. Carly, be in a place where it's right beside you and you're not having to worry about getting back to your house and having to make a road trip out of it.
Honestly, with the drive time category, it sounds like there's a lot of toll roads involved.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of 30-minute commutes. I don't know if y'all are convincing me with this one. I think Phil might have the upper hand with this one since it's like 20 minutes from downtown versus like 30, 40 minutes. I think I might have to give that one to Phil, but I have a category that can really sway me though. Entertainment and amenities. We kind of touched on some amenities already, but as far as like if I want to go out with friends or on a date night or with my family, is there actually stuff out there that we can do that's actually enjoyable?
So, that's one good thing about Pearland because it's definitely a growing area for a lot of different types of social events. So, Friday nights at Independence Park, they've got live entertainment that happens there all the time, including in Pearland Town Center. They've got a pavilion with numerous activities. Being able to get downtown to theater, to, art centers, the symphony, to be able to go down to concerts, NRG Stadium is an easy drive from Pearland. It's easy just to hit that 288, be able to get over to 610. Most of the traffic that you're getting is into the city when you're there in the first place, but being able to have access to those venues, Toyota Center, all of that is such a straight and easy drive. There's not a lot of planning that goes into it or having to use park and ride. I will tell you, I still remember back in the days when we used to just Uber back and forth from at least from Shadow Creek to downtown. It was $20. It was cheaper than doing parking. So that just gives you those options of having downtown as a huge accessible area to the area that you live in without having to afford the cost of living in that Houston district. And, within Pearland itself, so many different dining and entertainments, arcade venues, axe throwing venues, roller skating areas. There's the Pearland Natatorium. I'm a very active person. I'm a triathlete, and being able to have running parks, cycling areas. There's so many different cycling groups, running groups within Pearland. There's a great triathlon club called Rampage Racing and Endurance. They're probably the top outfit out there, but it keeps people active. It keeps people going. It's more than just, going out to the bar. There's a ton of things to do in Pearland.
I don't know, y'all. Phil might be taking the lead. What do y'all got? What you got?
I don't think you cannot claim Houston still when we're talking about Pearland amenities. Like that's not how it works.
Well, see, but the amenity of Pearland is being able to have everything in Houston that you have there without having to pay for it. It's almost like having somebody else's restaurant in your backyard and claiming it's your restaurant.
Ooh, he got you there.
Properly chastised. Good.
Carly, I'm going to ask you one question.
What's your question, Raheel? What's your question?
Okay. How many triathlons are you running?
Me, none. I'm not running
I know Carly, and I know you love eating at great restaurants. So let's talk about some entertainment. Let's talk about some amenities. You've got all the restaurants you need right here in Richmond, Texas. And if that's not enough for you, you're only, again, 12 minutes from Sugar Land, 15 minutes from Katy. You can take advantage of everybody's restaurant scene from Richmond, Texas. It's an easy, short drive. But then let's talk about parks. You can go for a quick workout at the various parks across Richmond, Texas. And if you don't want to do that, of course, we've got all the gyms for you. And here's the bonus, okay? The gym right next to me where I go, it's right next to a Crumble. So guess what, Carly? You can get a workout in and you can get some cookies. Where else are you getting that? Come on, Richmond, Texas has it all. We've got so many fun things. And we also have a cute little downtown that is old school, that just screams like small town Texas, but with big entertainment value. You got festivals going on almost every single weekend. You've got fun community events that really brings everyone together. Richmond is huge, but because of this little downtown, it connects the community. Like, it is so much fun. They've got monthly stuff going on. I can't speak enough about how much fun it is in Richmond, Texas with the community aspect. So you got to come here and experience it. That is the big thing. Like, it is a place to raise a family. It is a place to know your community, and it is a place to grow with your community.
Okay, that was a really good one. That was convincing.
Yeah.
I like it. But Meagan, I feel like you're going to have a heavy hitter here because, she's like the queen of entertainment at the end of the day, like HoustonMoms.com. She has to come up with good ideas all the time. So what do you have, Meagan?
So if we're going to talk about food, we can talk about how Katy has grown into be a little mini Houston food mecca. Katy Asian Town is where it's at. And you can spend probably an entire weekend eating at all the different restaurants, going to the stores over there and discovering new foods. One of my favorite restaurants is Fat Eatery over there. And my kids love to go to Bubble Egg after. It has a waffle the size of your face. But it is a super diverse area.
Mm-hmm.
You also have one of the prime dining experiences that you can have at Pearland Vine, which is conveniently located just right off of I-10. It rivals any Houston steakhouse restaurant that I've eaten in. Delicious. Chef Ryan Halstead is bringing us the best of the produce, which is why it's so great to live close to the country, because he's bringing in the farm tomatoes from Beckendorf Farm, which is just down the road. We have all of the outside trails that we talked about, and you can get out in nature, and then you can do what my son does, which is take a lap around the lake and then bike to McDonald's and eat 10 chicken nuggets. I don't say it's great for the health, but he's out in nature, and then he can be at a McDonald's pretty quickly. And then we also have our city center that is huge, La Centera. They continue to improve that. They have all of your usual suspects. If you're a shopping person, they have Lulu, Athleta, Ann Taylor Loft, plus Perry's and Postito, other dining experiences. We love it over at La Centera. And if we're going to talk about downtowns, we're going to talk about Old Katy downtown. And that has been revitalized. We have a lot of murals that are really fun for picture ops, if that's your thing. They do things almost every weekend where you can have farmers market. They have different vendors that come in. There's a great new restaurant over there called Southern Dough. Oh, and we can't talk about Old Katy and not talk about No Label Brewery. Do you have a brewery? We have a brewery, and No Label is a great brewery. If you want to talk super family friendly, it has that. It has a playground, tons of food trucks every single weekend, a tap room if you want to have more of an adult experience, live bands. It's the most fun that you can count on a Saturday or Sunday for sure.
I knew Meagan was going to bring it. I
know. Meagan brought it. And all that is just 10 minutes away from Richmond, and you're paying less. That's what I'm talking about. All right? Okay. And speaking of downtown Katy, there's also an In-N-Out right there. So, Carly, if you move to Katy, you're basically moving to California. So, a vote for Katy is voting for California.
That is unfair. I would also point out that right down the street from the In-N-Out is Best Stop. Are you familiar with what Best Stop is?
No, what is that?
No, never heard of it.
Best Stop originated in Louisiana, and it is the best stop you can make for boudin, jambalaya, king cakes, everything you need, all sorts of seasoning. They have an entire butcher counter devoted just to Cajun-style meats.
Ooh.
So don't talk about Californizing my Katy, because we brought in the best from Louisiana. Thank you so much.
So we get the best of California and Louisiana over there in Katy. And then we get Katy Asian Town too. So we got a lot of diversity in Katy.
But Carly, just remember though, right? With all these areas that they're talking about, you're seeing the same things within Pearland. They're growing a new Asian town that is coming up there off of 518. They've already started the center. A Ginya's moved in there. They've got a Paris Baguette bakery coming in. H Mart is now coming up, or a similar style grocery store. It is growing really rapidly. And the amount of attraction that's bringing in that plethora of incredible foods that are coming into Pearland, giving that diversity that everybody's been really looking for without having to go necessarily outside into the Houston area. Just even having a restaurant like Ginya coming in is showing that level of diversity that's going. We've got one of the greatest sushi restaurants called Yellowtail. The guy Sam there, I know him personally. He does an incredible job with authentic sushi in there. But one of the other things is being able to have the ability to drive to the coast in only 45 minutes from your place.
Ooh.
And, getting that whole coast of Houston, of Galveston, being in that area is such a great resource to have that diversity within your home. It's literally within your backyard, a quick shot all the way down, traffic bearing, no matter what it is. There's back areas that can take you to those without having to hit that 45, which I think is a fantastic benefit.
It's crazy that you bring that up because I was literally thinking, like, when y'all were doing amenities, I was like, if somebody can pull out a beach, that might be the winning thing for me. But I don't.
Is 45 minutes versus 60 really that bad? I mean,
yeah, it's not that big of a difference.
No.
You take 288 South to Freeport. That's another beach, Surfside. It is not crowded. It's about half that time. We can get there in probably just around 30 minutes or less. It's a beautiful beach out there. You can rent beach homes out there too. It is just a fantastic way to just jump on one single highway, get down, and come back up.
Move to Clear Lake then. No, you're making
Phil.
a case for Clear Lake, Phil.
Do you ever actually stay in Pearland?
We do. Pearland encompasses this whole city.
she's like, you're talking about everything else except Pearland.
No, but I will say, I'm so glad that Katy laid the groundwork for your Katy Asian town.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good that you can borrow our amazing ideas.
And perfect it. Yeah, sometimes you just got to take an idea and perfect it, right? And that's what Pearland is doing.
Okay, y'all have came up with some really, really good arguments here. It's time for the 30-second elevator pitch at this point, because I need some help to really narrow this down. I'm timing y'all, so 30 seconds, pull out all your best stops.
Pearland is absolutely one of the most uprising communities in the greater Houston area. Access to great schools, access to great entertainment within the city itself, being able to have hospitals, new hospitals that are just really evolving, the job opportunities in this area, the overall entertainment, the food districts that are coming up. It's just a fantastic attraction to be in a suburb of Houston with beautiful lakes, wonderful walking trails, a lot of things to do, and great wholesome people that make up an incredible city, just minutes away from all the major highways that really get you right into the city or other area of access points. It's just such a wonderful, expansive area for any new family to be able to want to come to. I highly, highly recommend it.
Raheel, you next.
Richmond is all about community. It's about your family. It's about growing up here and becoming part of what makes Richmond great, which is the diversity and, again, the community. There are a lot of places to eat. There are a lot of places for entertainment. There are a lot of places to enjoy the outdoors. But to me, Richmond is all about being the center of you. You are Richmond and Richmond is you. I think this is a place where you're going to evolve and grow with the city. We are up and coming, and we are located just 10 minutes to 15 minutes from everything else if you want to leave Richmond. But Richmond has everything you need, Carly. I can't wait to see you as a neighbor.
Yeah, that was great. Raheel needs to be the Richmond mayor at this point. That was really
I'm
good.
the king of Maryland. I'm the king of Richmond, baby.
He's the
I
king
always
of
rep
Chamber
him.
of Commerce is going to be calling you after this one.
Okay, Meagan, let's bring it home.
I think if you truly want to put down some roots, Katy, Texas is where you want to be. There's a reason we're known for our academics, our athletics, and also our quality of life. There are so many places that you can live that are affordable, that are close to the energy corridor. If you have anything at all to do with oil and gas, this is the best place to be. And we continue to be innovative in our restaurant areas and in our Katy Asian town. And we continue to strive for that really healthy quality of life. When I think of Katy, I think of my neighbors. I think of my friends, my circle, the people who I love all live and exist here in Katy, and we can get out of the city pretty quickly as well.
That was all really super convincing. And I don't know, y'all made it hard for me, but I think I have a decision. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Here we go.
I think I have to go with Pearland.
Oh.
Only because he convinced me with the beach access and the 20-minute drive to downtown.
There you go.
That was what got me. That got me. I'm sorry, y'all.
That's fine, Carly.
Everything
That's
else
fine.
was great, though.
No worries at all. Phil, how often are you down in Richmond, Texas? Because just like Carly, you're going to be in Richmond every weekend, hanging out with me.
Raheel's saying this with purpose because he knows I've got family there. I spend time there. So there's other purposes to be there.
Well, we're all very happy for you, Carly.
Thank you.
We're going to be neighbors.
Enjoy Pearland. Don't come to Katy or Richmond, okay? We're gonna make sure.
Do not use our P. Terry's.
Yeah, my P. Terry's. What are you talking about?
I'm not allowed anymore.
That was fun.
Oh my gosh. Thank you all so much. That was super great. And I hope this helped the listeners who might also be deciding where to move. Thank you all.
Thank you, Carly.
Thank you so much, Carly. Enjoyed this time. Yeah.
Thank you, Carly. Enjoy Pearland.
That was Phil Jacob. He's the executive director at the Buckingham, which is a retirement community in Houston, and Meagan Clanahan, co-owner of HoustonMoms.com, and of course, soon to be Pearland resident, or is it Pearlander, producer Carlignon Jones. So tell me, which is your favorite suburb? Or are you staying in Houston? Leave me a voice message or text at 713-489-6972. Please be sure to share this episode with 3 friends who live outside the loop. And if you enjoyed this conversation, subscribe so you can get more CityCast Houston every day in your podcast feed. Also, drop us a rating and review wherever you listen. Planning your weekend? Check out our events list in our daily newsletter, Hey Houston. You can sign up with the info in our show notes. That will do it for today. I'm Raheel Ramzanali. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the burbs. Meagan, let's be honest. Katy Asia Town is just Bridgeland. Come on. That's not really even Katy anymore.
Sir, it is right over the other side of 10. What do you consider? It is not.
2 exits away is Bridgeland. Come on.
In 20 miles? No, you are wrong. It is right across the street from Memorial Hermann Hospital. Thank you so much.